welcome back everyone, welcome back. I apologize for the extended break, for the extended delay, but it was a long game, it was a long macro game that we have found ourselves in. And here we go, we're getting into game number 2. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of the semi-finals of ESL Open Cup Europe, number 216, we have the Red Protoss player. The Red Protoss from the land of Denmark, representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Italian Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Team Basilisk, leading the series 1-0. As we missed out on game 1, it is Reynor. It was a long back and forth macro game that they did have on Alkione. It was a 25-minute game that they did have. And in the end, Reynor, he was able to come out on top with his Broodlord Infestor based army. And MaxPax just couldn't quite handle that late game, could not handle Reynor in that game state. And that is concerning because that tells us that MaxPax is going to have to try to maybe end the game a little bit earlier. To be fair, I don't know the details. I don't know the inner workings of what happened in game 1. I wasn't able to catch most of it, but did catch the tail end there, and Reynor was able to, again, flex his late game against MaxPax. But how will the story end? Will it continue with an ace match, or will Reynor take the series 2-0? Will it all end here and now, or will we have an extended series? I'm here for it. I'm hoping for a game 3. I'm hoping we can sink our teeth into this TVP. What am I saying? PVZ. Jesus. It's been a long day, Papi. It's been a long day. We casted ESL Asia, you know, we made some dinner, made some food, got ready here for ESL Europe. It's been a long stay, but here we go. We are here, we're ready for it. Gonna be a gate type expand here from MaxPax. Likewise across the map, Reynor going for a 15-15. Was a 15 hatch into the 15 spawning pool. Very safe opener by Reynor. With this safe opener, Reynor is able to expand on location, able to take his natural base where it needs to be. Isn't forced to take the unnatural forced to expand elsewhere in a more uncomfortable position. As MaxPax did not even probe scout. As we get into our openers, MaxPax is going to be getting into a Stargate, so it's going to be a Stargate-based opener into Oracles, into a third base. We expect a standard opener out of MaxPax. He's not really one to spice things up too much. Really, my eyes are on Reynor. How will he react? How will he respond? How will he approach MaxPax here in Game 2? We are here to find out. Again, we missed out on the openers in the previous series, or in the previous game. Not too sure how they did begin. That does shade in towards that main base. Does actually get into the main. Gonna be able to take down a tumor. Oh, ooh, just barely gets the tumor in time. Adept taking a lot of damage in the main as we are rushing into a lair. Did we scout? We did. Big moment there. Big scout by MaxPax. This is a 3 minutes, 15 lair timing. Very fast, looking like a Nidus-based all-in. Not normal whatsoever. And MaxPax, he starts up a Void Ray back at home. When Oracle into Void Ray, this is not normal, by the way. This is clearly MaxPax shutting down Overlords. He's looking to deny Nidus Worms. Denying Overlords left and right. As this looks like a Nidus-based all-in. We have 2, soon-to-be 3 gases. This could also be 2-base Hydra, actually. Are we crazy enough to go into 2-base Hydra, to go into 2-base Muta even as well? Fourth gas. This is not Nidus. This is not a Nidus Worm. You do not need a 4th gas in this situation. Link speed just now on the way. Is this Hydras? What kind of tech? What kind of tech are we going to be working with as the lair is now done? Insanely fast lair. And there it is. Hydra Den is on the way. This was looking like the Miyamika. We have confirmation. MaxPax still piecing this together. He does go for a third base, going for additional gateways, going for a Twilight counter follow-up. This looks like Glaive Adepts as a follow-up from MaxPax. No Forge, no upgrades, no longevity here for MaxPax. As Reynor is working towards a very early push. Rushing into that. Overseer comes in for a scout. Reynor doesn't see much. The Overseer is denied. It's not going to be Glaive. It's going to be Blink. It's going to be a delayed Forge. So a prioritization of Blink Stalkers. And Ling Hydra, mate, they love facing off against Stalkers. This is the ideal for Reynor. The ideal position, the ideal situation. Oracle comes in, we get eyes on the Hydras. Big scouts. We know what's going on. We are aware of Robot gets thrown down instantly. We need splash damage. Whether it's Colossus, whether it's Storm, we need something to deal with these Hydras. Instantly, Infestation Pit. Now, Reynor, he knows about the Revelation, so he knows he got scouted. So he's working towards Hive Tech. As Hydras are moving out. He's droning behind this, so we're not committed. We are not committed. Big shout out to Jeff Bezos in the chat. Thank you so much for resubscribing, Papi Ga. Papi Ga. Thank you so much for subscribing for 10 months, almost a year. Almost a year of support. Thank you, Papi. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft that we do have here on the CranKy Ducklings. Quack, Papi, quack. As the Hydras, they will back off. As we did mention, he was just faking out a move out as he's been droning. Hive is on the way, Lurker Den as well. Reynor rushing in towards Hydra Lurker Viper. Initially, Reynor was going to hit a timing with his Hydras, but because he got scouted, that's why he's teching. That's why he's transitioning out of a Hydra push into the next stage of the game. Here we go. As MaxPax back at home, still recovering and trying to keep up with what he has been seeing. You can see the Bay on the way for Colossus production. We have +1, which is quite delayed for MaxPax, but is on the way. Revelation here at the natural base does get eyes on the Infestation Pit and the Lurker Den. So now MaxPax knows that his opponent has been quite greedy, or has been taking up, is maybe a better way to put it. Is now aware that Reynor has been taking. And you can see that MaxPax needs to apply some pressure. He needs to force Reynor to make units instead of drone. Now we do catch out a couple of Hydras. Expensive losses here for Reynor. Ooh. Bleeding out a couple of Hydras. Only getting one Oracle. Not a single Stalker goes down. Good blinks there from MaxPax. Void Ray coming in from behind. Is zoned away. MaxPax rotating over towards the center, towards the lower half of the map. And again, so far he has been trading very nicely with these Stalkers. But that was only because Lings were not involved. Speaking of Lings, going for a counterattack. There's a stasis. There is a stasis being set up. Reynor instead turning around, going for a surround. Looking to collapse on this army. Blink is on cooldown. And we start a step forward. A lot of Stalkers going down. A big catch here for Reynor. As initially we had 0 Stalkers killed, now we get 6. Up to 7. Up to 7 workers killed. MaxPax pulling back. Does have his Colossus. The Lunkers are on the way, but MaxPax still lost a lot of momentum, losing all those Stalkers, which means Reynor, he has time. He has time to build up these Lurkers, start up his Hive, finish up his Hive even. And do we have any Vipers? Not yet. We are still lacking Vipers. Vipers are just a secure way to deal with the Colossus. As the first Colossus has arrived. And Reynor, he does back off. Still focusing on Lurker production. With only 1 Colossus, we should be able to hold on. Reynor, his economy should not be in trouble. Should not be in danger. Not be in danger here, as we do see Reynor rotating back around. Get into more Lurkers. Oof. Big volley going off here on these Stalkers. We can see behind this MaxPax, he's establishing himself on 4 bases. He has a decent economy, don't get me wrong. Working on his second robo finally. This has been lacking for quite some time, but now we can get into double Colossus production, into Disruptors. But here comes Reynor, splitting up his army. He is maxed out. MaxPax caught out, not in position. This 4th base looking very exposed. At the same time, Reynor pushing towards the 3rd. MaxPax, he will shut this army down, or at least he should. Gets 1 Lurker. Spine shots going off. MaxPax, he will hold on to his 3rd base, but he will lose the 4th. As Reynor, he doesn't want the 4th. He wants the natural. Pushing in between the bases. We see MaxPax collapsing on the army on the right-hand side. Lurkers are set up. Gonna get a kill on the Void Ray. MaxPax pushing in, taking so many spine shots to the face. He's just zoned away from his own natural. The positioning is just too good. And Reynor, he will shut MaxPax down and take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Out-positioning MaxPax towards the end there. Not just out-positioning MaxPax, but out-teching MaxPax. Remember, Reynor was in control of that game. He rushed into Lair Tech, rushed into Hydras, and remember, with the initial Lair Scout, MaxPax believed that it was a Nidus Swarm. It was a Nidus Soul, and so he was getting ready for Niduses. Then he saw the Hydras, so he was getting ready for a Hydra push. Then he saw the Hive Tech and the Lurker Tech, then he was getting ready for that. It was MaxPax constantly one step behind Reynor, and Reynor was able to just really leverage and establish and take full advantage of that position, take full advantage of his tech, and just pull MaxPax apart. Again, just continuing to keep MaxPax guessing, and very fortunate with the direction that MaxPax was also taking in. For example, going into those big Stalkers meant that he could not really break a Ling Hydra-based army, and Reynor was safe to go into Lurkers. It was safe to get into those Lunkers. Didn't even need the Vipers. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have our finalists. We have our grand finals getting ready for us. It's going to be a TVZ between Clem and Reynor.